NYC teen critically injured in subway surfing incident, woman fatally struck by train. Two unrelated but equally tragic incidents shook New York City's subway system this past Monday, casting a harsh light on the ongoing issues of safety, thrill-seeking behavior, and track intrusions within the transit network. A teenage boy is now fighting for his life after a failed subway surfing stunt in the Bronx, and just hours later, a young woman was struck and killed by a train at Union Square. These back-to-back accidents have reignited concerns among MTA officials, law enforcement, and the general public over how best to prevent such heartbreaking occurrences. Teenage boy injured while subway surfing. On Monday afternoon, a teenage boy was critically injured after falling from the top of a northbound 5 train at Baychester Avenue station in the Bronx. According to police reports and witness accounts, the teen was attempting to subway surf, a reckless trend where individuals ride outside the train, often on top of moving cars. The boy lost his balance and fell onto the tracks, where he was struck by the train as it pulled into the station. First responders arrived quickly and found the boy unconscious but alive, immediately transporting him to NYC Health Plus Hospitals/Jacobi, where he was admitted in critical but stable condition. His injuries are severe, and authorities have not released his name due to his age. This was not an isolated act. The teen was reportedly accompanied by 2 friends. One teen arrested, another at large. One of the boy's companions, a 17-year-old male, was arrested at the scene and charged with trespassing and reckless endangerment, while the third teen fled and remains unidentified. NYPD officials say they are reviewing surveillance footage and eyewitness reports to identify and locate the third youth involved in the incident. This is just the latest case in a disturbing rise of subway surfing activities across New York City. Many of these stunts are inspired by viral videos on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, where young thrill-seekers perform dangerous feats for likes and followers, often without understanding the life-threatening consequences. Subway surfing, a deadly trend. According to the MTA, subway surfing has claimed the lives of at least 6 people in 2024, with multiple serious injuries and fatalities already reported in 2025. Most of the victims are young males, and nearly all incidents happen during non-peak hours, when stations are less crowded, and the chances of detection are lower. What makes subway surfing particularly dangerous is not only the obvious risk of falling but also the electrified third rail, sudden acceleration, and obstacles like tunnel beams. Even a momentary lapse in balance or awareness can be fatal. Despite widespread public safety campaigns, the behavior has persisted, partly due to social media's influence and the thrill associated with breaking rules. City's response: education, enforcement, and technology. In response to this growing problem, Governor Kathy Hochul, the MTA, and New York City Public Schools recently launched a safety campaign called Ride Inside, Stay Alive. The program aims to discourage subway surfing through education, targeted advertisements, and school-based outreach. Additionally, the MTA is taking steps to install tubular barriers between subway cars, making it physically harder for individuals to climb out. The city has also started deploying drones and enhanced surveillance on elevated train lines, particularly along the 7 train, which has become a hotbed for subway surfing. NYPD Transit Chief Joseph Galata acknowledged the issue by calling the 7 train ground zero for subway surfing. He emphasized the need for ongoing enforcement, noting that 79 arrests related to subway surfing have already been made in 2025, a slight decrease from the 88 arrests during the same period last year. However, Galata stressed that enforcement alone isn't enough. The community must also take part in spreading awareness. Woman fatally struck by train at Union Square. Later that same evening, at approximately 10:20 p.m., tragedy struck again, this time at Union Square Station in Manhattan. A 24-year-old woman reportedly climbed down onto the tracks for reasons that remain unclear. Witnesses at the scene said she may have dropped an item or intended to cross the tracks, but before she could return to the platform, she slipped and was struck by an oncoming northbound L train. Investigation rules out foul play. Police have confirmed that no foul play is suspected, and surveillance footage shows the woman climbing down onto the tracks voluntarily. Whether she was in distress, attempting to retrieve something, or simply made a tragic mistake is still under investigation. Her identity has not been publicly released pending notification of her family. These incidents underscore the dangers of track intrusion, a behavior that, while not always malicious, has frequently resulted in severe injury or death. MTA officials remind the public that only authorized personnel should ever go onto the tracks, and if something is dropped, it should be reported to station staff rather than retrieved independently. Mental health and public support services. While some track intrusions are accidental or thrill-related, others stem from mental health crises. This has led to growing calls for increased mental health support at subway stations, particularly at major hubs like Union Square and Grand Central. Programs like 988, the National Suicide and Mental Health Crisis Line, are being promoted alongside traditional law enforcement strategies. The MTA is also training its staff to recognize signs of mental distress and coordinate rapid intervention when necessary. These efforts aim to create a subway environment that is not only physically safer but also emotionally and psychologically supportive. Ride inside, stay alive. These two incidents, a teen critically injured in the Bronx and a woman fatally struck in Manhattan, serve as sobering reminders that the subway is not a place for stunts, shortcuts, or second chances. Behind every thrill is a potential tragedy, and behind every misstep, a family left to grieve. While the city and MTA are taking steps to implement new technologies, deploy drones, and run awareness campaigns, the true change must come from within communities, from parents, teachers, friends, and fellow riders who speak up, act responsibly, and help foster a culture of safety. Let these events remind us all: ride inside, stay alive, and always value safety over impulse. These tragic incidents remind us that one wrong move in the subway can cost a life. Whether it's chasing thrills or making a risky decision, the consequences are real, and often irreversible. Let's stay alert, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe. If this video moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real stories that matter. Share this video to spread awareness, because even one life saved is worth it. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a story that could make a difference. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.